Hi, Sketchlab friends. Snorlax is so sleepy, even a full bath of iced coffee won't wake him up. Well, let's draw this extra chunky and extra caffeinated Pokemon drink together. So we're going to draw a line that curves to the left and a line that curves to the right, because this iced coffee is stacked with a donut and Snorlax on top. So it's a really awesome one today. Sometimes there's a certain type of tiredness that you just cannot sleep off. And for Snorlax, it's based on a flip of a coin. So we're curving this line down. And now we're going to draw this belly. Just curve a line up. And we're going to be using a little bit of overlapping today. So this is going to be the shape of Snorlax's head. I want you to pay attention to how big the head is in relationship to the belly. Now the ears. Pay attention to the size of these ears in relationship to Snorlax's head. These are called proportions. It's a principle of design. This is going to be the center line. So I curved a line to the right. And then now I'm going to go ahead and draw the marking on Snorlax's face here. So it's going to start off with these two diagonal lines. A little bit like Karomi, huh? And then curving this line out to the left. I wonder if Karomi and Snorlax are related. And we have this line that curves down here on the belly for the marking on Snorlax's belly. And now we're just going to curve another line out to the right. We're off to a great start today. Yeah, this is an awesome one today. I'm so excited. Okay, we're going to draw these lines for the eyes. And Snorlax is going to be sleeping with his mouth open. Is he a mouth breather, guys? Oh no, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? And we have a little line that curves down to create the tongue inside of the mouth. So you can see how we have overlapping with the mouth as well. And now we're going to add the arm. Oh yeah. Then we're going to use these triangles, which is little claws. It's going to be the cutest Snorlax iced coffee ever today. So this is his other arm. And now we're going to add some frosting to that donut. Add it using a little wavy line. Gotta make it drippy. And now we're gonna go ahead and draw the cup. Look how awesome Snorlax is looking. Wonderful. Well, I guess the espresso shots could not help out Snorlax today. I think he's gonna sleep all the way through this video. So this is gonna be the inside of the glass. So we're just matching these lines, matching this line that curves down. And now we're gonna do the straw. And it is not going through his forehead, thank goodness. Yeah, actually, Snorlax isn't tired, guys. He's just professionally unconscious. I mean, that's his job. That's how he was created. It is what it is, Snorlax, right? And these are going to be little cubes we're drawing, some ice cubes in our iced coffee today. So I want you to see how I drew this diamond shape. And now I'm drawing these 3 vertical lines down. You see this angle? I'm matching the same angle. See that angle? I'm matching the same angle. So that letter V at the top, we want to kind of match that for the base of the cube. Same thing, I'll start off with the diamond shape, maybe a little squished diamond shape. And now I'm going to do these matching diagonal lines. See how they're all the same angle? And I'm going to match those 2 lines. Now I'm going to go ahead and you see this angle? I'm going to match it. Those are called parallel lines, matching lines. So when you're drawing these cubes, you got to use parallel lines. So once again, I'll start off with another little diamond shape. And on this one, I'm going to draw 2 lines down. They're going to get a little bit closer together. Then matching those parallel lines again. Well, now's a good time to check your work, make adjustments as needed. And if you want, just check out my outline so you can see what construction lines should be erased and obviously what we should be outlining. So with the Posca paint markers, I'm going to go in with a light blue and a darker blue. And you can do that with whatever you have. If you have markers, crayons, whatever. So on his belly, I'm going beige. I'm adding white to it to make it lighter. And I'm going back in with that beige shadow. That's the dark blue shadow. For the straw, I decided to go like yellow ochre, orange, a little bit of red. With the glass, I did light blue and I went over the top with some white to make it a little bit lighter. And with the cubes, right here, I just want to show you, usually you could do each side of the cube a different value. So one is dark, one is medium, and one is light. So that's one way you could shade in a cube. Super simple and effective. And I'm just going to go in and just start adding a little bit more variation value to those ice cubes. I'll go back and work on those. So I've got light pink. And then this is light orange. I will go back with pink and with apricot to create those values. And now I'm just going to go back and kind of add a little bit more variation of value into those cubes. And look at that. Look how awesome in 3D this turned out today. Going back in, outlining, creating that contrast we need, make everything super readable, super awesome. And going back in, adding that pink value. I also went with the apricot. Fantastic. Well, hey guys, you got to sketch them all. Check out my playlist. And I'll catch you in the next video. Hi, Sketch Lab friends. What do you get when a donut meets a fire-type Pokemon? Well, that's right, it's Charmander with sprinkles. Watch this drippy dessert evolve into one of the cutest and hottest mashups you've ever seen. Let's get started. So this is going to be the shape of Charmander's head. So we're going to take this shape and we're going to start to adjust the outline a little bit. So I'm going to add a little cheek. So Charmander is going to be 3/4 view today. We're going to start working on the eyes. The eyes are slightly egg-shaped. We have a little highlight, and then we're going to curve a line down. Little eyebrow. And this eye is going to be a little bit smaller because it's further off in the distance. And the little eyebrow. And Charmander's starting to come to life already. So this is going to be the center line. It's going to help me draw the mouth. It kind of looks like a letter V a little bit. And look where that line ends. About halfway point of the eye. And you'll notice that this side is shorter. Why? Because it's further off in the distance. And once again, this is 3/4 view that we're drawing today. Draw some triangles for the teeth here in a second. We're going to draw this big line that curves down to finish off the mouth. And for some reason, these little teeth add just another layer of cuteness to this character. And we'll add a little tongue in there too while we're at it. So this is going to be the body. We're going to draw a little arm now. Curve this line out. So I'm wondering if this is a dessert today or if this is a fire hazard. We're going to go ahead and draw the other arm. Yeah, I've been to restaurants where they kind of set their desserts on fire. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't set off the smoke alarm. We're going to curve a line down. It's going to be the little marking on Charmander's belly. And now this is going to be the shape of the donut. And the donut is also in 3/4 view, so I'm not drawing an exact circle. It's more of a foreshortened circle that I'm drawing. Bam. I think Charmander is looking glazed and confused today. So this is another little foreshortened circle. And there's the donut hole right there. We're going to add some drippy frosting at the base of this donut. And now we're going to add some more frosting using these wavy lines dripping down the donut. You gotta make it drippy. Glazed donut. This is a char glazed donut. Okay, it's a good chance to clean up your construction lines. And here's the tail, curving that line out to the right. And another line curving out to the right. And for the flame, I'm going to start off kind of like a letter U. So look at this, how this line curves out to the right like a letter U. And then to the left. So I wonder who gave this donut a flamethrower. Who did that? So you see how this kind of line curves up, you do a little S curve. And then bring it back down. Looking good. So now's a good time to stand back, check your work, and you could use my outline to see if you need to erase any construction lines. I'm going to use Posca markers today, but you could use whatever you have. I'm basically using colors value. So this is just yellow, or excuse me, bright orange in the Posca marker set. That's going to be the base color I'm putting down for Charmander today. This is the coral pink from Posca and apricot going down. Those are the base colors. You can see that looks good the way it is, but we're going to start to add value now. So you can see I'm going with that apricot, which is the very light orange for highlights, and I'm going in with a regular orange for the darker value. Adding in some straw yellow and some bright yellow, getting some different values. And so I'm doing a little bit of color mixing to get the color I want. So I'm actually using beige and brown. And I'm getting a little bit darker until I get it to where I want it to be. Kind of lighten that up a little bit. And while I was throwing on the sprinkles, we gotta add our value. So this is the medium value, excuse me, the darkest value, regular pink. Got some light pink for highlights. Actually went in with some white and some light pink to make the highlights pop a little bit more. And I actually went back with some fuchsia to mix a little bit of a darker pink to get a little bit more pop. And now that we're adding that outline back on, look how cool that's looking, guys. That's such an awesome reveal. Well, this was another fun one today. Well, if you've enjoyed it, check out my playlist. I've got tons of these Posca marker amongst other art videos. Well, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. Hey, Sketchlab friends, today I have some pretty sweet Pokemon fan art for you guys. So we have a Pikachu Donut we're going to draw. Let's get started. So this is going to be the head of Pikachu. So when we're drawing, we use the constructivist approach. So we build with shapes and forms. We are going to have some construction lines, so I recommend just draw lightly, and they are easier to erase. So I'm going to draw kind of a lighter line right here, a ghost line, kind of finishes off the shape of the head. But that's an example of a construction line that I'll be erasing. Go with the paws. Let me know in the comments if you like the camera angles that you're seeing here. Kind of going a little bit different format today. So this is the eye of Pikachu. So we have the circle. We're going to leave a little white highlight inside of it. And let's go ahead and draw that other eye. I always want you thinking about your proportions. So the size of the shapes in relationship to one another, very important in your drawings. This is Pikachu's little nose. It's two little lines that curve down. Those little rosy cheeks. All right, so we're off to his ears. This line's for his little marking. I want you to see which direction these lines are curving. So you'll notice I'm going to be curving this one to the left. Okay, guys, we're off to a great start. Awesome, we're going to get this dripping frosting, icing going down Pikachu's forehead. So what flavor do you think this donut would taste like? Okay, so we have the shape of our cherry. And now we're going to go ahead and add those lines for the whipped cream. So on the right, you can see I'm curving a line to the right. On the left, I'm curving a line to the left. I'm totally loving this Pikachu Donut combination today. So happy how this turned out. So cool. Okay, so this line that curves down is the shape of the donut. We're going to have the icing coming down now. Using these wavy lines. And this creates overlapping. So now that icing is in front of the donut. All right, so here's the center of the donut now. Erase off that construction line. It's going to add that depth. Right there, awesome. We're going to have some icing on the floor. And we're just going to finish off with the tail. So you can see we're just using these zigzag lines. And voila. If you don't have Posca paint markers, you can use whatever you have. We're basically just using color as value today. So colors have value. So you'll notice today I have 3 values of yellow. I have 2 values or 3 values of pink, 2 values of red. So we don't really have a whole lot of colors in our color palette today. So this is just yellow that I'm putting down. And you have 2 options with Posca paint markers. You can color mix while the paint is still wet on the paper. Or you can let your layers dry. And then your second layer will not mix in with that paint. So I use them both ways because sometimes, you know, they don't have the exact color value that you need. So you kind of need to create it yourself. Sometimes just by using a white Posca paint marker, right? You can make those colors lighter. So the 3 colors of yellow that I'm using, I have yellow, I have straw yellow. That's the medium value. Then I have ochre. That's the darkest value that you're seeing here in my hand right now. So that's the color of the donut, was actually straw yellow and ochre. And then Pikachu's face is yellow, straw yellow, and some of those shadows in with that ochre. Well, make sure you subscribe for more cute fan art and drawing fun. Check out my playlist here at the end. I upload new videos every week, sometimes every day. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.